Kenya and Portugal, and they performed extremely well. They made the final now. There's also been some disappointments with some of the better teams not actually making the grade this time. We saw Korea playing in the plate as opposed to playing in the cup. We saw Hong Kong playing down in the bowl. There have been some other improvements with India. Any comments on these areas of improvements and disappointments?
Yeah, certainly the Kenyan side looked good, and this is the first time I'm seeing Kenya play here, and I think even the Portugal, we expected them to be good because they just won the recently concluded tournament in Germany. That's Vidyartha taking the ball.
Well, we are about to witness the first scrum of the game to put in to Vidyartha, so Vidyartha has an opportunity to get away from the goal line. Are there any boys from this Vidyartha team who actually made the Division 1 team in Kandy, Priyantha?
Yes, there was one boy who made the national side, and he played today. He played in the first 7, and he did exceptionally well. So is St. Peter's. They had Dilantha Vijayasekara who played for the national side. So both the players won't be action in this game since they're in the national squad.
Well, that says a lot for national rugby, and here comes Vidyartha with a breakaway right to the middle. He doesn't have the gas to go himself. Excellent cover defense by St. Peter's. That was number 23. I've got this team sheet somewhere here. You would notice that actually St. Peter's are not wearing their traditional strip because Vidyartha are in the same colors. So they've had to do a quick swap with Sylvester's, I believe. So that was Iftar Fazal who made the cover tackle there. There are some very impressive players in St. Peter's. I have been impressed with their win three-quarter winners. They have had Dilantha Vijayasekara, who's going to play for Sri Lanka, and I can see this boy too making the grade someday.
Rinas was actually at Sylvester's, and he joined St. Peter's 2 years back. Since then he has improved a lot, and we have seen a lot of him, and I'm sure he is one of the most improved players in the school circuit.
Well then, if he was to play for St. Sylvester's earlier, Priyantha, he'll be very comfortable in this trip because it is from his former school. As we see St. Peter's breakaway on the left flank, cannot get it to hand. Vidyartha recover the ball. Furious tackle from St. Peter's. The referee says play on. Lost forward. Coming over the top is the signal. A quick tap by Vidyartha trying to break through the middle. That opportunity here in the middle. Space on the outside. In again, and that's an excellent try by Vidyartha.
That indeed an excellent try. They really worked hard and kept the ball, kept the pressure on, and finally scored under the post.
That was number 12 KG Salia Kumara, who's been one of the mainstays of this Vidyartha team throughout this competition. So first blood to Vidyartha, who take an early lead, 7 points to nothing.
I'm sure Vidyartha must be really determined to win this game because they've been in the finals twice and lost once to Isipakana, and I think the other time they lost to Kinsur. So they must be really determined. And then St. Peter's have been one of the most impressive sides because Vidyartha lost to Sylvester's, or rather St. Anthony's, in the preliminaries. Since then they have played very well.
Vidyartha restart this final of the schools competition. Taken very well by St. Peter's, trying to find a game on the outside. Defense holding. A loose ball hacked away by Vidyartha. Well recovered by St. Peter's. Trying to move on the outside. And there we have Rinas making the break on the outside. No way through that time. A loose pass again. And St. Peter's are desperate trying to get away from that goal line. A long pass, so there's space on the outside here. He'll do well if he can run out and move his wing three-quarter into open space. Does he have the gas to finish it off? No, he doesn't. An excellent cover tackle by Vidyartha. St. Peter's desperately trying to defend now. Again, a loose ball coming St. Peter's way. Vidyartha pick up. There's an opportunity to score here.